Hello there friends, Joanna here. Welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me. So as I was making this video or editing this video, I started to think which part of the video making do I enjoy the most. And of course, making the pendant is the most exciting part because it's making the pendant. But I don't enjoy editing itself. I'm not a computer savvy, so this is just like nuisance to me. I wish I could just press the button and the video was there for me. But the second best thing for me is storytelling and sharing all the excitement about making the pendant with you guys and showing you my mistakes and hopefully inspiring you guys to hit that craft room and make a pendant. So I hope that this is what this video is going to do to you guys today. Well, let's get the party rolling with some gold glitter Sculpey clay and Cernit translucent and Cernit translucent Bordeaux, which I know I am so in love with, and you should be too. And now I'm grabbing some gold leaf and I'm placing it on the translucent clay, making sure that I get rid of all the excess and that it's nicely attached to my translucent. Now there are different ways of creating the little crackle. You can run it through a pasta machine or run a roller on top of the gold leaf. I personally really do enjoy stretching the clay because I feel that I have more of control of the crackle. I'm placing Bordeaux on top of my gold leaf and my glitter gold is going on top of that, creating a nice sandwich. And the stamp of choice is by Simon Says Stamp Floral Backgrounds. You can see I took the cutter and I'm kind of trying to figure out which part of the stamp is going to work best for me, and then I'm stamping it on my clay. After the image is stamped, I'm throwing it in the freezer, maybe for 10 minutes, just so that it gets a little bit harder. And the only reason why it went in the freezer is because the next step is so much easier when the clay is harder. We are going to be shaving off all the parts that are sticking up. So grab your blade, just like that, and just run it through your clay. Basically what you want is the gold that you see in the clay, you want to be just the outlines that are embedded deep in the clay. Everything else should be coming off, or at least try to come off as much as we can. And of course I'm keeping the shavings on the side because I already am thinking that I can use them for another pendant. If you guys have been watching my channel, you know that some of the neater pendants have been made with scraps, so we are not going to underestimate them. So this is the part that you really should not rush it. It's really therapeutic in a way. Even when I'm watching it, I feel kind of relaxed, and it really is fun to just to sit there and just shave off all the excess clay. You smooth it out, and there you have it. Now we have something to play with, and we are ready to cut. Now the cutter that I'm using today is by Ojoy Creations, and I think that it's such a classy cutter. Now the pendant, of course, like I mentioned, I'm trying to make a pendant for the holiday season, and the translucent Bordeaux is absolutely perfect for it. I love the cutter as well, but you can see here I'm using one of the frames that I've used in my past video. Actually, I'm using it here, but you'll see I'm going to get rid of it because I didn't like it in the end. So there you have it. I'm putting some of my leftovers together. I'm piecing them together. Like I said, do not underestimate those scraps. You can get a really, really neat pendant with your scraps. So just smooth out the surface, and we're going to get a couple of more pendants out of this one. And by the way, I'm placing all those scraps on top of another piece of Cernit translucent clay. So you can see that you can get a lot of pendants out of not that much clay, really. You just have to think about not wasting the scraps and put them to use and see what you get out of them. So I'm continuing with my scraps. I have scraps from the scraps, so I'm not going to let anything go. Everything is going to be put to use on in this project. So there you have it. Now this is gonna be my last pendant, and I am good to go. And I'm going to throw these puppies into 270-degree oven for half an hour. Alright, and when my pendants are out of the oven, you can see how beautiful they are. The Bordeaux is just so gorgeous. And yes, I popped the frame out of that one pendant. I did not like how the gold looked with that champagne glitter, so it's a big no-no for me. And now I'm just going to start working on the edges. And this is something that I'm really trying to get better at, and that's to make the pendants more aesthetically pleasing. And this tool is just so fabulous at that. It just makes life so much easier. Yes, if you see this white thing flopping around, don't mind it. Just my sanding block kept popping off, so I just want to make it tighter. So I think just put a little piece of tissue in there. But you know, I go around the edges, and then you can go on top as well to make sure that the pendant is nice and smooth on top as well. And you know, if I felt if there was like too much gold in certain parts, it would take off the gold as well. So you really can spend a lot of time making your pendant beautiful with this tool. And I wanted to show you the resin that I'm very happy with, and I've been using it lately, and that's Sculpey from Amazon. You know, it tells you that there's no bubbles, self-leveling, blah blah, but it really, the bubbles in it are minimal, and it is so beautiful and clear. It's a two-part resin. I know a lot of you guys do not like two-part resin. You like the UV resin because it's so much faster, and I totally get it. And I'm going to make a video on it comparing both resins and why I like one over the other. But here you have it. This pendant is absolutely perfect to show what resin can really bring to this party. It elevates this pendant to a level that it could not be elevated in any other way. It's just so beautiful when you add it on. That Bordeaux just pops out, and you can see I'm running my little tool on the edges, making sure that all the edges are covered, and that the pendant is nice and smooth on top, that there is no bubbles, that there's no nothing, just you want smoothness. The resin also brings out that gold leaf from down below, and you guys will see it in my closer takes. And whatever bubbles there are, you let the pendant sit for a few minutes, let the bubbles come up to the top, and just run it with your lighter or the little torch. I wanted to show you guys how I get rid of the runs that sometimes happen if I put too much resin on. If you do it within the first 24 hours or after 24 hours, you can easily just grab the spill in the back with any tool really and just pull it off. It's going to come right off. It usually does not do any damage to your pendant in the back. It really is very nice and nifty. I am going to put another layer of resin on that pendant. You can see it's missing something in the middle, but here are those pendants all nicely dry. You can see the gold leaf just coming through from the back. They're just so beautiful. I mean, so perfect for the holiday season. I really hope you guys really enjoyed it. This is really not a very difficult project. You can use any stamp to do it. You can layer different clays to do it. They don't have to be translucent, but this particular translucent Bordeaux Cernit is just spectacular. I just absolutely love it, especially with this gold glitter. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and let me know what you think about this project, and I will see you guys in the next video.